All right, so I think we have a pretty good crowd, and since it is already 2 minutes past the hour, so I think we will get started. So again, hello everyone. So thank you so much for joining the MIH Working Group webinar. So my name is Joe Chang from MIH. I'm your host for today. So this is our first working group webinar for this year, as this is a continuation of our efforts to share what MIH is doing within our working groups with all our partners. So last year, we've had the opportunity to host several of the sessions in energy management, powertrains, autonomous driving, smart cabin, and today we're super excited to have the security and OTA working group to share with us the efforts happening within the working groups. And today we are also very excited to have the partners that is working with us within the working group to share how they're working with us within the working group and all the progress that we're making. So let me quickly introduce the speakers for today. So first up, we have Brooke Liu from MIH. So he is our Security and OTA Working Group Chair, and he will be leading the session. And we have our partners from VIC1, Chelsea Chen. She will be sharing with us how they're working with MIH. And we have Julian Chen from ITM, and we have Dan Lin from SciCraft. So awesome. So I will hand over the floor to Brooke to get started.
Hello, everyone. This is Brooke, and currently I'm the MIH Consulting Technical Development Consultant for the Security and OTA Working Group. Thanks for all to join the security.
I want to make some business in for the CMS, but nobody knows it takes so long time to develop this one.
No, I think someone should probably mute. If you don't mind, yeah, thank you.
First, I would like to talk about the regulation of the cybersecurity. As you may know, the EV doesn't just replace the engine with the motor, but also provides more intelligence to the vehicle. So cybersecurity and the data security is getting important in the new generation EV. In 2021, UNEC has released R155 for cybersecurity management system. All the new vehicle type has to pass R155 after July 22, and all the new vehicles have to pass R155 after July 24. In the 2021, UNEC also released R156, the software update management system that also includes over-the-air update, and R160 for the event data recorder. This is for the accident and for forensics. And because of the ADAS and autonomous driving, the outside camera and the driver monitor system will capture the image. So European had released a general purpose protection regulation to protect privacy. So we have to follow the GDPR requirement. And the next is the standard. Currently, there is two ISO standards that related to the cybersecurity. The first one is the ISO 21434 and the ISO 24089. ISO 21434 is for vehicle cybersecurity development. It used a similar V model as a functional safety, ISO 26262 for cybersecurity. The standard provides a framework for managing cybersecurity risk throughout the entire life cycle of the vehicle, from concept to disposal. It covers all aspects of vehicle cybersecurity, include hardware, software, and the communication system, and provide a guideline for implementation cybersecurity measure at each stage of the development process. ISO 20089 was just released this month. It is for the software update system. So, by the regulation and standard, we MH use these three aspects to review the vehicle cybersecurity. The first one is design and verification. The second stage is the in-vehicle security. And the third one is the data security and data privacy. In the concept phase, we have to use the threat analysis and the risk assessment as known as the TARA to design and review the system. In the design phase, we have to review the organization, for example, the vendor and the member, and also review the software component that are from the open source to check to make sure there is no issue for those components from outside the corporation. In the verification phase, we do the vulnerability scan, penetration test, and fuzzy test. When the vehicle is running an operation on the road, we use a cybersecurity system to protect the vehicle and use the VSOC OTA to keep the vehicle cybersecurity in the state of art. The last is the data security and the data privacy. Because the new generation EV collect a lot of sensor data that would include the privacy. We have to protect the data and make sure the data integrity. And this is the current temporary security framework. And this will be evolving when we co-work with our partner. And this framework will include the whole vehicle life cycle from concept, design, implementation, operation, until disposal. Our member and partner provide a set of products to fulfill vehicle cybersecurity and data privacy, and keep monitor and update the vehicle cybersecurity in the state of art. So, our mission of cybersecurity of an OTA working group is to enable seamless cybersecurity over entire life with open EV architecture, open EV security framework, and enhance privacy with decentralized identifier. We want to co-work with our partner to provide a set of solutions that can protect your vehicle for cybersecurity. Next, we would like to invite Chelsea from VIC1 to present the end-to-end automotive cybersecurity solution. Hi, Chelsea.
Hello, afternoon, everyone. I'm Chelsea from VIC1. Today, I'd like to share the end-to-end automotive cybersecurity solution. Especially, Brooke also mentioned the cybersecurity regulation, and I think a lot of people might wondering how to do the end-to-end protection. So let me give you a whole picture first. Brooke, next slide, please. Okay, so here, this is a whole picture from the vehicle life cycle point of view. In the left-hand side, we have the ECU and the vehicle design phase, and to the right-hand side is in the operational phase. So on the left-hand side first, we need to consider the ECU. First, we will think about how to protect the firmware and the application, especially if you use the open source in order to save the R&D resources and time. So in that case, we have the Exadata solution to scan those known and unknown vulnerability and to notify you. And once the vulnerability is being found, I think a lot of official procedure is to do the OTA. And in that case, we need to make sure the OTA process is secure, and that is how our XSumo can help. Okay, and the last, all those ECU has all kinds of different external interfaces like the Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, Ethernet, and even for the in-vehicle CAN bus. So how can we protect that? And even how can we protect the system level of the ECU? And that is our S-Carbon, which is a software-based IDS and the IPS, which is already integrated with your ECU. Okay, so on the left-hand side in the design phase, we can protect all those different kind of segments. And once we have those solution implemented in the ECU and in the system, we can collect all the different log for further analysis and management. And that's in the middle part, which is our solution X Nexus. Okay, so basically X Nexus is a cloud-based detect and response platform. So after that, we'll go to on the right-hand side, the response phase. And the S-Carbon can help to do the instant protection, for example, to deploy the virtual patch or to update the firewall rule and IDPS rules. And that's the response. And in the end, we still need to keep validating and to improving the system cybersecurity, and which why we also provide a penetration test, which is our S-scope. So as you can see, this is how we can provide for the end-to-end solution from the design phase to the operational phase. Okay, next slide. Okay, and that is totally correspond to the MIH security framework. For example, on the design and the verification phase, for the SBOM and the vulnerability management, we have Exadata. And for the penetration test can map to our S-scope. And also on the right-hand side, to do the protection, we need to have like IDPS, and in order to do the mitigation, is our S-Carbon. And the X-Nexus can do the detection and the visual, and in the end is the OTA. Okay. Oh, and by the way, the S-Carbon can also provide like the access control and the log collector. Okay, so that's totally the same concept as the MIH security framework. Okay, so now I'll introduce the solution one by one. The major three solutions. The first one is Exadata. Okay, so let's think from the design phase. What kind of information we need our partner to provide. The first one is to upload the binary or the firmware to the VIC1 backend. And once we receive that, it will automatically generate the SBOM. And we can scan your firmware and SBOM for vulnerability detection. And for the vulnerability detection, from our experiences, normally the supplier has hundreds vulnerability. So which one need to be fixed? That is a really critical question for everyone. I think everyone has limited resources. And that is why we not only consider the CV access, which is public information, we also have to do the prioritization to provide VVIR, which is VIC1 Vulnerability Impact Rating. VVIR is consider your ECU environmental context. Okay, for example, we have found one vulnerability, but it only
会，OK，你有空
Yeah.
我打给你。OK，
Okay, so I think the VVIR considers ECU environmental context. For example, if this vulnerability is found, it's only happen in the Windows, but actually the customer use the Linux OS. In that case, we will lower down the rating. So the customer can only focus on the most critical vulnerability and to fix that. And besides to help the customer to do the prioritization, the Exadata is a continuous monitoring, which can also corresponding to the ISO 21434 concept about the continuous monitoring. And we will scan the firmware every day. And of course, our vulnerability databases is being updated continuously. So once we have found the new vulnerability, it will be notified by us. And after that, we will also provide different kind of response. For example, we will provide you some solution like upgrade to some kind of kernel version, or to provide a mitigation method, or even to deploy the virtual patch if your ECU already has installed Escarbon, the IDPS inside. That's the first section, the first protection the Xdata can provide. The second one is you can see underneath is about the open source and the third-party application. Before you install the third-party app into your firmware, we need to make sure that there's no malware and the backdoor already injected previously. So what we can do is to provide an automotive-grade sandbox to simulate your ECU environment to have the app running. And then we monitor if there's any malicious activity inside, which may be caused by the malware and the backdoor. And after that, of course, we will provide you a comprehensive report with a specific risk level and also the recommended mitigation. So that is about the Xdata to uncover the vulnerability and the malicious behavior. Let's go to the second solution. Luke, can you help me to go to the next slide? Okay, thank you. Okay, so in the design phase, we also need to consider the ECU protection. Currently, those three ECU has been frequently asked is IVI, Central Gateway, and the TCU. So as you can see on the left-hand side first, the Escarbon IDS and IPS can do the detection. For example, it can detect if there's any unauthorized process or app being executed, and that's belong to the advanced system protection. Or is there any malicious Ethernet packet message? And that's the next generation Ethernet firewall can help. And the last, any malicious CAN message, any CAN anomaly, like unknown CAN ID sequence or payload. And of course, all those different kind of protection, normally we don't include all the protection into one ECU. Our solution is a customized and is a modularized design. So basically, we will consult with our customer to understand their ECU hardware limitation, what kind of interfaces it has, and then we will provide a suggested protection feature. So of course, once this, besides those protection, it also can collect different kind of log. So we can go to the right-hand side, the report. So it can collect like the vehicle telemetry log and the vehicle onboard detection log, like system log or the event log. And it will all collect it and report it to the OEM VSOC. And OEM VSOC can have the whole information to decide how to respond, no matter if it's a remediation, mitigation, or acceptance. And of course, we need to continuously update the IDS and IPS to make sure that the protection is up to date. Okay, so that's the Xcarbon. Okay, let's go to the third solution, XNexus, which is a cloud-based detect and response platform. And in order to have to generate more analysis and the response, we need to have more input. So on the left-hand side, you can see that currently we support 3 types of input. The first one is of 4 cloud service data, like the different kind of event log from the cloud service, or the onboard vehicle data, like IDPS log, system log, or the telemetry data. And if you already have the Xdata or in your system, that will be even much better because all the vulnerability data can also be collected. Okay, so once these 3 kind of the sources being collected, it can input to our analysis engine for known attack and the unknown attack. For the known attack, the first one we will check the vulnerability data. And the second one is currently we provide more than 100 automotive attack stories. And let me explain more about the automotive attack story, which is written by other experts. For example, when you saw the attack news, you want to know, is it related to my existing fleet? Will it impact my fleet? And this is how our threat expert can help. First, he will analyze the incident. He will understand what kind of a tactic, technique, and procedure hacker use, which is also inspired by the MITRE ATT and CK. And after that, he will prepare the rules, and we implement these rules into the XNexus, and we can check if your current fleet will be impacted or not, and what is the risk level of your current fleet related to this attack. Okay, and that's the automotive attack stories. Okay, and for the unknown attack, we use the AI machine learning to analyze to find those anomaly. And of course, why makes our analysis engine differentiate is about our automotive threat intelligence, as you can see underneath. First, we are backed by 10,000 more independent researchers from the CDI Zero Day Initiative, which is also under Trend Micro Group, is the biggest bug bounty program in the world, which cover more than 60% of the vulnerability, which means that we are aware of those attack cases at least 2 months earlier before other vendors. And of course, we also co-work with a lot of automotive partners like AutoISAC and the other global law enforcement. Okay, so after the analysis, we'll go to the right-hand side to generate 5 types of detection. And then this different detection will be shown on the XNexus dashboard real time. And of course, it can also send a regular report to the OEM. So in the end, the VSOC and the CERT will have the whole picture, and then it can help the team to investigate the attack more easily and cost effective. Okay, so that's the XNexus. Okay, so let me go to the last slide. Here, let me just recap all the solution VIC1 provide. On the upper half, we have the Exeta for the vulnerability management, and the XCarbon is the ECU protection, and the XNexus, which is a cloud-based detect and response platform to monitor your current fleet, and the XGO is a pen test, and the XSumo is a secure over the air. Okay, that's pretty much my sharing today. Thank you, everyone. I'll hand over to Brooke.
Thank you, Chelsea. Next, we have Julian from ITM to provide the talk on the security data of the EV with the dynamic MT. Hi, Julian.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Julian Chen, and I am the CEO of ITM. I'm honored to be here today to share with you our thoughts on the topic, securing the data of EV with DNFT in blockchain technology. Next page. As a member of MIH, we have embraced the core values of the Alliance, which are open and agnostic. These values are the heart of MIH's DNA and the drive working group to bring about a new level of security and privacy. Next page. The transformation from Web 1 to Web 3 brings significant implications for electric vehicles. The Web 1 is a one-way flow of information. In Web 2, the internet transforms into a more interactive and social platform. Web 3 is the next stage in the evolution of the internet. It is a decentralized platform built on blockchain technology. The goal of Web 3 is to create a more open, trustworthy, and secure online environment where users are in control of their data and digital assets, and the transactions are recorded on a public ledger that is resistant to censorship, tampering, and fraud. we believe Web3 will bring an open platform and an agnostic ecosystem. It has the potential to transform the EV future. Next page. Next one. Okay. ITM milestone. ITM has received investment from companies like Wistron and MediaTek, which has enabled the company to achieve great things in just 4 years of operation. Some of our projects include a smart manufacturing project for Wistron, a blockchain-enabled dash camera for MediaTek, a renewable energy blockchain platform for Taipower. Additionally, ITM has also collaborated with MIH on a dynamic non-fungible token project, which leverage blockchain technology to offer unique, secure, and verifiable digital assets. Next. I would like to talk about the current state of blockchain technology. Blockchain technology has become increasingly popular and is being used in various industries. However, while the assets and the data on blockchain are growing, the technology itself cannot connect to the real-world data and events. At the same time, recording real-world data on blockchain is limited by its nature, by its decentralized nature. This highlights the need for a better solution to connect the crypto world with the real world. Next. In the blockchain world, there are 3 types of networks: public, private, and consortium. While private and consortium blockchains offer improved scalability, they come at the cost of reduced decentralization and security. At ITM, we choose to focus on public blockchains because of their decentralization and security. However, the decentralization results in some limitation. Public blockchains can be slow, complex, and have a limited performance. Like a picture here, imagine the public blockchain as a congested and expensive superhighway. ITM is committed to addressing the weakness of public blockchain by developing a scaling solution. Next. In order to address the limitation of public blockchain, ITM has developed a unique solution with 8 patents. Our innovative solution leverages these patents to scale the blockchain up to 1 million times. Think of it like a big bus on a superhighway, able to carry 1 million passengers at a time. This not only reduces the gas fee for blockchain, but also increases the traffic volume on the blockchain. Next. Let's see the operation of BNS. The idea behind ITM's scaling solution has been realized as a product called the Blockchain Notary Service, BNS. The process starts from the left side of the slide to the right by sending the hash of a file, which serves as the unique digital fingerprint of the file, to BNS. These hashes are then combined into a Merkle tree, and the root hash of the tree is uploaded to the Ethereum public blockchain. Once the root hash is on the blockchain, BNS generates a proof token. With this token, users can verify the accuracy and integrity of the file through a public verification program. The combination of the raw data, the proof token, and the public blockchain creates a secure and a transparent system for notarizing digital files. Next page. To accommodate a diverse range of user and scenario, BNS offers 3 interfaces. First, there is a web application designed for everyone. Users can easily drag and drop files for attestation. For developers, there's an API. The interface automates the scaling of public blockchain registry. Lastly, there's an IoT SDK designed for edge devices. SDK enables edge devices to connect to the blockchain. With these 3 interfaces, BNS is accessible to a wide range of users, making the benefits of public blockchain more accessible and convenient. Next. Let's talk about the features and the benefits of BNS. BNS offers several key benefits for users who want to take advantage of the public blockchain. By using the Ethereum blockchain, BNS provides users with an immutable and secure way to notarize their data. Additionally, ITM provides up to 1 million free notarizations and covers the Ethereum gas fee, making it an affordable solution for businesses of all sizes. BNS also supports a wide range of file types, including binary files, text, images, and videos, and features a simple API for seamless integration with existing systems. The file hashing process occurs on the edge side, ensuring that ITM does not have access to sensitive data. Next. One of the key applications of BNS in EV industry will be the IoT SDK. This technology ensures that the data generated by devices such as dash camera, T-box, is authentic and has not been tampered with, helping to establish trust in the data and the devices themselves. With its support for low-level MCUs, the seamless integration, it is the ideal choice for EV companies looking to take advantage of secure data authentication. Next. Let's move on to the NFT. NFTs, or non-fungible tokens, are unique digital assets stored on a blockchain network. They present ownership and authenticity of digital items, such as art, collectibles, and in-game items. These assets can be bought, sold, and traded just like traditional assets, and their ownership is recorded on the blockchain, making it secure and transparent. One popular type of traditional NFT is the ERC-1155 token, built on Ethereum blockchain and linked to digital contents controlled by a virtual machine, where it allows for the NFT's content to be changed. To address these concerns, some NFT are being combined with IPFS, or interplanetary file system. This decentralized file system stores and retrieves digital contents securely and immutably. By combining IPFS with NFT, the content within the NFT is secure and cannot be changed, making it trustworthy. However, NFTs and IPFS still have challenges, such as slow IPFS file downloads and the need for continuous payment of file tokens to keep the files stored on IPFS. That's why ITM has developed the NFT. Next. This is the architecture of the ITM DNFT. The DNFT allows continuous data to be tied to NFTs, giving them the ability to represent the dynamic digital content rather than just static contents. The process starts with data from database or devices being attested by BNS. Next, the ITM main server you can see on the bottom of the slide, which is controlled by a blockchain smart contract represented by the red box. Main server combines all the proof tokens to the DNFT. The owner of the NFT has a data stored within it. It recorded on the public chain ledger, still in the red box. It's a blockchain smart contract, ensuring its security and transparency. As the owner of DNFT, you can verify the proofs associated with it and download the raw data and ensure its authenticity and integrity. The DNFT can then be stored in users' crypto wallet or traded on an exchange. Next one. Last November, ITM demonstrated its DNFT technology at MIT Demo Day. The demonstration showcased the use of DNFT for ensuring data integrity in the automotive industry. Specifically, the technology was used for the purpose of recording and verifying the maintenance records, trade records, and the vehicle records of EVs. Next one. Thanks to the collaboration with MIH, the DNFT demo has successfully operated. The support from MH involves collecting data from in-vehicle bugs and the provision of data structures, as well as combining ITM service to MH mobile app by an API. The ITM team is grateful for the cooperation with MH in making this integration a success. Next one. Okay, it's a video. Let's see the live demo of the DNFT. We can choose the car and also check the DNFT. And now it's download the proof and verify the proof with the public blockchain Ethereum. So the verify is done. And if you want to see the detail, just click the more info. And we can see the smart contract, the DID, and also the proof on blockchain, and the timestamp. And we can download the raw data also to verify with the proof on blockchain. Okay, that's pretty much my presentation today. And thank you for your time and attention.
Thank you, Julian. Next, we would like to have the Dench from the Cycraft to present the secure by design. Hi, Dench.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Dench, and I am the Senior Cybersecurity Researcher at Cycraft. It's glad to share the presentation on behalf of Cycraft. Today, I'm here to talk about security by design, improving lifecycle security with Tara Virtual Assistance. The presentation will cover why Tara is important and what is the difficult when implementing Tara, then how Cycraft can help. At the end of the presentation will be some action items for everyone. Next. First, I will talk about ISO SAE 21434, the most important standard for vehicle cybersecurity. Believe that Brooke has already made a brief introduction for this standard, so we can just get into the core part. In the figure on the left-hand side is the security by design lifecycle described in the standard, and is also known as V model. The model is the same as ISO 26262. Besides, the model is also can be mapped to the MIH security framework. The relationship between the two frameworks can be clearly understood through the color correspondence. For example, we can note that there are solutions such as IDPS, anomaly detection, and VSOC in the implementation phase shows in the green box. Next. Brooke, thank you. Now we focus on the V model and discuss it in deeper. All of the stages are significant. However, without both deep and breadth analysis in the concept stage, it is hard to design an appropriate implementation and plan the well verification and validation program. As the saying goes, well begun is half done. To do well in the security by design lifecycle, we must have to do well in the concept stage. Next. Brooke, yes, thank you. And the key point of the concept stage is threat analysis and risk assessment, which is known as TARA. The main concept of it is keep the vehicle manufacturer to consider what kind of threat will break the safety and how to manage those risks before the implementation, instead of patch after the incident happened. Cycraft have worked hard on this part. Then we have found there are some difficult when implement Tara. Next. These difficulties can be categorized into three challenges. The first challenge is the lack of the global view. Without the global view of attack technique, it is hard to enumerate complete threat scenario and will highly depend on the knowledge the TARA analysts have. Moreover, the new attack technology and concept will be explored and uploaded with the day. It will spend a lot of time for TARA analysts to follow them. So this is the first challenge. And the second challenge is the unknown root cause. If the TARA analysis do not fully understood the root cause of the threat and the methodology of the mitigation and detection solution, it is hard to plan a best practice solution for their scenario. And the last challenge is there is no normalized and standardized attack technique term, because there are different attack technique terms that describe the same things. For example, persistence and backdoor describe the same attack scenario, but if there is no rule to link the relation, there might be considered two different attacks in the report. And without the normalization and standardization, the result will be hard to quantify and compare, then hard to build a baseline to measure the maturity of yourself. Based on these three challenges, Cycraft provides the solution of it. Next. Then that is TARA Virtual Assistant. The TARA Virtual Assistant is unique in two ways. The first, it is based on attack knowledge base. It can help us inventory risk from a global view rather than just brainstorming with TARA analysts. And every attack technique collected by the attack knowledge base has been reviewed by professional researchers. So all of them will contain the best practice, protection and mitigation solution to eliminate the root cause of the attack. This will help helpful when we are making the decision of mitigation solution. Then the knowledge base also provides a common language for attack technique, allow every attack described by this knowledge base. The above feature perfectly addresses the challenge we mentioned earlier, but TARA Virtual Assistant can do more. The second feature is automatic TARA. It can automate the most complex part of the TARA, like threat scenario analysis and attack path analysis, making the whole TARA process more easier and manageable. The feature is helpful for junior TARA analysts, and it also works at high performance and can be run periodically to monitor for new income threat. So in the next part, we will show what is the attack knowledge base and how the TARA Virtual Assistant help us automatically generate potential threat and attack path. Next. This is attack knowledge base for automotive. It is inspired by the MITRE ATTCK matrix, which is a public way to normalize and standardize the attack knowledge base. Cycraft researchers have collected a lot of threat intelligence about real-world vehicle cybersecurity incident and research, processing them into the attack knowledge base and keep it updated. Next. And we will show the attack knowledge base can help us automatically generate potential threat. In this part, TARA analysis need to import the architecture of their system and set the attribute of each component. Because in this demo, we have already done the step number 1 and step number 2, so they are shown in the blackboard. And now I will show step number 3 and number 4. So please get starting the demo. After finishing the setting above, Virtual Assistant will generate the potential threat for the component shown in the video. Next. And after all of the components have been set and potential threat has been generated. In the previous step, TARA Virtual Assistant will automatically generate some attack path. Next. As the demo shows, the TARA Virtual Assistant has found a highly credentialed attack path from the T-box through the body ECU and prompt the TARA analysts to address it as a higher priority. Next. After TARA, a risk assessment report is available to outline risk distribution and risk improvement. It helps management to understand the situation immediately. There will also be a report section for engineers to learn more detail about attack. An attack flowchart can help to understand how the attack occurred and what the impact is. All in all, the virtual TARA assistant will help us to conduct TARA more elegantly and professionally. Next. So in the next section, we will talk about how to use the result of TARA to reach the maxima. First, let's look at the design and implementation stage. Next. In this stage, we will show one use case. In this case, we can leverage the distribution of potential threat output from TARA. It is helpful when we are making the decision of mitigation and detection plan. We can use this distribution to figure out the main threat to our system. In this case, the heat map shows that most of the attack is related to the network, so we should focus on network-based solution. Next. And well, we are moving to the verification and validation stage. Yes, and next. Brooke, thank you. In this stage, penetration testing is one of the main ways to verify the system. In past, penetration testing was considered as a way to discover vulnerability, but random attempts at aimlessness are low efficiency and least meaningful. Compared to discover the vulnerability, the more important thing is to validate if the mitigation solution deployed are effective and work. And the test the detection and response process can respond in time. TARA's output of potential threat and attack path can help red team planning their penetration testing program to verify the potential threats have already been addressed. In this case, the red team choose some of the attack technique to change an attack flow to break the system. Our red team have validated this attack flow in our case and has successfully taken down the system. Because of the time constraint, the case was not shown in this presentation. So the above are our case how to use the result of TARA to reach the maxima. Next. And before ending, there are several action items for everyone. In the short term, understanding the requirement of ISO SAE 21434 and confirm if ISO 21434 is necessary to you are the first thing need to do. And in the mid-term, if it is necessary, you will start to implement TARA in production, and you might need to participate in 21434 training and get help from consultant or tools. Then in the long term, after finishing TARA, you should need to continuously validate of new cyber threat and deploy solution to mitigate the potential threat, then verify the efficiency of this solution. Next. Then here are the solutions that Cycraft provides. It includes TARA in the design phase, penetration testing and red team simulation in the verification phase, and IDPS, SOC, VDR in the production phase. If anyone is interested in our solution and hope to gain more information, please contact us after the meeting. Next. Then this is the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening and hope you all enjoyed. Thank you.
Thank you, Dench. And let's hand over to Joe.
Hello, everyone. This is Emily from marketing. I'm happy to hold the ending for you guys, and thank you for all the MH members joining today's security and OTA insight sharing webinar. So at the end of the session, we have a QA part for you guys to talk about anything you would like to ask, or any thoughts you have in your brain to interact with us. Please just turn on your camera and unmute yourself and let us know. So anyone who has questions? Okay. So if you don't have any questions for now, you are welcome to email us, to email me or email Brooke or email anyone as the of the presenter today. If you have our email, just let us know, or just leave any message in the chat, so that we can reach out to you and answer any questions afterwards. And thank you.